So as we get this heat 3 underway, we've got Lisa Bazaghi from Bolton Metro over in 1. Lane 2, Lauren Cusick from Aquabez. Jess Batty from Bolton Metro in 3. Georgia Carroll, Wigan Best in 4. Amelia Moss, Pioneer 79 in 5. Jessica Pennyfold from Southport in 6. Chloe Ridge from Wigan Best in 7. And Lucy Parsons from Prescott in lane number 8. It's Lauren Cusick. Turning first, 37.76. In equal first with Jessica Pennyfold in lane number 6. And these two have a slight lead over Jess Batty from Bolton Metro in 3. And as we come down underneath the flags, it looks as though it might be Jessica Pennyfold who's got the slight edge over Lauren. She's going to take it. 1:17.52, 1:18.42 for Lauren. And then Lucy Parsons from Prescott down here in lane number 8. Good swim by her, 1:20.50. And there we have confirmation of that result as we move on to heat number 4.
And in heat number 4, we have in lane 1, Amelie Elliott from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 3 is Eve Catterall from Everton. Lane 4, Francesca Brady from Wigan Best. In lane 5, Annie Gohagan from Burnley Bobcats. Lane 6 is Chloe Shaw from Wigan Best. Lane 7, Mia Newton from Pioneer 79. And lane 8, Nicole Lomas from Bolton Metro. And it's Eve Catterall at the turn, turning in 38.05. Closely followed by Francesca Brady from Wigan Best. 0.3 of a second behind. But as they come down the last 25 metres, it looks like lane 3, Eve Catterall from Everton, is putting in a burst of energy. Although lane 8, Nicole Lomas, Bolton Metro, is coming very quickly down the outside. It's going to be close between lane 8 and lane 4. And as they go under the flags, it does look like Nicole might just hold on. It is lane 8. In a time of 1:19.26. Nicole Lomas, second. Francesca Brady from Wigan Best and Eve Catterall from Everton, third. And that result is confirmed. Our next heat, heat 5.
As we go through the first 25, it looks like we've got Eleanor Kay, Georgia Sheffield, 6 and 7, who may have a slight lead, but over in lane number 3, Isabel Dowd from Everton. She might turn first. It isn't. It's Eleanor Kay from Isabel Dowd. And then Isabella Evans from Southport over in 1. As we come into the 75 metres, it's still Eleanor Kay, but Georgia Sheffield is starting to come back on it, starting to increase her stroke rate. And as they come down into the last 5 metres, it's going to be Eleanor Kay from Georgia Sheffield and Isabel Dowd, maybe. It is Isabel from Isabella. And there we have the confirmation of the results as we move on to heat number 6.
And in heat number 6, we have lane 1, Jasmine Bracegirdle from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 2 is Elizabeth Waring from Lancaster. Lane 3, Lily Cummings from Wigan Best. And lane 4 is Rebecca Ward from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 5, Madeline Hemus from the Isle of Man. Lane 6 is Tess Fordham from Bolton Metro. Lane 7, Hannah Morris from Leyland Barracudas. And lane 8 is Rachel Waters from Pioneer 79. And it is Rachel at the first turn who's leading this race so far, turning in 37.62. Coming back at her strongly in lane 6 is Tess Fordham from Bolton Metro. Also coming through strongly in lane 3, Lily Cummings from Wigan Best. But as they enter the last 15 metres, it looks like Rachel Waters is holding on in lane 8. But lane 2 coming through very quickly. Elizabeth Waring from Lancaster. Looks like she might just get it, and she does in those last 15 metres. Second, Lily Cummings from Wigan Best. And in third, Rachel Waters from Pioneer 79. And that result is confirmed for you now. Heat number 7. As we get this heat 7 underway, we'd like to welcome all our people watching on the World Wide Web. We are back live streaming, so if you missed the earlier heats, then we apologise. It's a small gremlin in the works. Seem to upset proceedings, but we're back with us now. And if you want to watch the live streaming, it's on the Swim Lancashire website, swimlancashire.org.uk, and then follow all the links then through to YouTube, and you can watch it live and get your live results. As we come down into the last 15 metres, it's Sienna Renz. Had a really good day yesterday. Her and her sister, actually. Really good day yesterday from Crosby. And she touches in first in 1:17.79, and we have confirmation of that result as we move on to heat number 8. And in heat number 8, we have Holly Brown from Blackburn in lane 1. Amy Webster, Southport, is in 2. Gabrielle Booth from Old Macquatics in lane 3. Connie Roberts from Ormskirk is in lane 4. Olivia Sheehan from Wigan Best is in lane 5. Blackpool's Elizabeth Brearley is in lane 6. Vanessa Anjan Palage Fay is from Stretford and she's in lane 7. And Francesca Wood from City of Salford in lane 8. And on the first turn, Holly Brown from Blackburn has set the early pace, 37.41. But it's a very close race, all the girls within half a second of each other here. And as we come into the last 25 metres, it's Vanessa in lane 7 coming through strongly, but in lane 5, Olivia from Wigan also putting in a very good last quarter of the race. And it looks like Olivia is just going to take it, although in lane 3, Gabrielle is also putting a strong finish, and it is Gabrielle coming in first, 1:17.56. Olivia second, and Vanessa from Stretford is third, and that result is confirmed for you now. Our next heat, heat 9.
The last to rise was Talana Kinter from Wigan Best in lane number 5. But it looks like it's Afia Minnis from City of Manchester down in lane 7. That's having the best first 50. As well as Jessica Smith over in lane 2 from Flixton. And it is Jessica Smith from Flixton who turns first in 37.51 from Ella Newton down here in lane number 8, Pioneer 79. As we go through 75, it looks as though it's Afia Minnis from City of Manchester that seems to be having the better of the second 50. As we come under the flags, it's going to be Afia Minnis from Lola Barron and Jessica Smith. And we have confirmation of that results as we move on to Heat 10. So 1:17 seems to be the time to beat at the moment. And in heat number 10, we have in lane 1, Isabel Dunn from Chorley Marina. Lane 2 is Isabel Roberts from the City of Liverpool. 3, Blay Richardson from the Isle of Man. And 4 is Lydia Dewhurst from Burnley Bobcats. Lane 5, Catherine Waters from Pioneer 79. And also from Pioneer 79 in lane 6 is Caitlin Woodend. And in lane 8, Ellie Howley is from Carnforth. And it's Catherine Waters from Pioneer 79 at the turn, setting out a very good pace, 36.12. She's closely followed by Lydia Dewhurst. And as they come down to the last 15 metres,
Does look like lane 5, Catherine is holding them all off. Although lane 8, Ellie Howley is coming through quickly in the last 10 metres. As they go under the flags, it looks like it might be. That is Catherine in lane 5. Second, Ellie Howe in lane 8, and Lydia Dewhurst third, all dropping below that 117 mark. That is heat 10 confirmed. Now heat 11. And in this heat, lane 1 is Bethany Shum from Bolton Metro. Lane 2, Giorgio Thompson from Ormskirk. Lane 3 is Hannah MacDonald from the city of Salford. Lane 4, Lucy Horman from the city of Liverpool. Lane 5 is Ruby Charmack from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 6, Jessica Williamson from Wigan Best. Lane 7, Charlotte Mead from Blackburn. And lane 8 is Abby Leader from Wigan Best. And as they turn, it's lane 1's Bethany Shum from Bolton Metro taking them out in 36.88. Lane 2, also very close. Although as they come back down, it looks like lane 7, Charlotte Mead from Blackburn may have a slight lead on lane 3, Hannah MacDonald from the city of Salford. Although Bethany in lane 1 is staying with them. And as they come into the last 5 metres, lane 3, Hannah MacDonald, seems like she has it. And she does. 0.2 of a second ahead of Bethany in lane 1, and Charlotte Mead from Blackburn was third. And that result is confirmed on the board now. Next heat, heat number 12.
Over in lane 1, we've got Beth Hartwell from Pioneer 79, Lauren Airy from Preston in 2, Emma Flannery from City of Salford in 3, Ruby McFarlane from City of Salford in 5, Sydney King from Garston in 6, Kate Dutton, Leyland Barracudas in 7, and Millie Waddington from Pioneer 79 in lane number 8. Well, at the turn, it's Millie Waddington. Turning in 36.85 from Beth Hartwell. 2 outside lanes. And followed by Ruby McFarlane from City of Salford. Just slightly behind. Only 0.2 of a second really between the first 3 swimmers. But it looks as though Ruby has had the best second 50. As we come into the last 5 is Ruby McFarlane from Millie Waddington. Then Beth Hartwell. Confirmation of that result as we move on to heat 13.
And in Heat 13, lane 1 is Caitlin O'Brien from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 2, Bailey Siri Kelly from Pioneers 79. Lane 3 is Hattie Varley from Burnley Bobcats. Lane 4, Alyssa McElroy from Southport. Lane 5 is Lily Gregg from Pioneers 79. Lane 6, Ella Jewett from Oldham Aquatics. And lane 7, Heidi Wild from the City of Salford. Lane 8, Emily Fairhurst from Prescott. And at the 50-metre turn in lane 7, it's Heidi Wild from the City of Salford with a very quick start, 35.22. 1:15 to beat, set by Ruby McFarlane in the previous heat, and it looks like Heidi coming down in lane 7 has got it, although in lane number 5, Lily Gregg from Pioneers 79 with a very good finish, being matched in lane 2 by Bailey Siri Kelly, also from Pioneers 79. And it is in fact Bailey that takes that heat from Lily in lane 5 and Heidi in lane 7. And we just wait for that result to be confirmed. There is the confirmation of Heat 13. Our next heat, Heat 14.
So we have a disqualification to announce in Heat 13, lane 7. So in this event, Heat 13, lane 7 was disqualified. And in this Heat 14, as we come down to the halfway point, not much to choose from for many of our swimmers. It's going to be very, very tight at the turn. It's Daisy Cornell from Everton, 36.22, that gets the touch first, but only 300ths of a second in front of Lucy Cook. And also Mia Smith from Pioneer 79 in lane number 3. But down this last 50, it looks like Lucy Cook has probably just got the edge over Daisy Cornell. It's looking for the wall, costing her more seconds for Lucy. 1:14.78 though. Is 100th just outside her personal best. And there we have a confirmation of the result as we move on to Heat 15.
In Heat 15, lane 1 is Lucy Stewart from Liverpool Penguins. Lane 3, Amy Doyle from City of Salford. Eleanor Ray from Ormskirk is in lane 4. Olivia Borland from Southport, lane 5. Alicia Heath from Pioneer 79 is in lane 6. Lane 7 is Lucy Coleman from Wigan Best. And Amarai Hoke from Oldham Aquatics is in lane 8. And it is Amarai in lane 8 who's taken him over the first 50 in 35.85. Girls are looking for a sub 1:15 to stay in touch with the fastest times so far. And it is lane 8, Amare Hoke from Oldham Aquatics, who is setting the pace in heat number 15. Putting a good body length ahead now of the rest of the swimmers. Lane 5 and lane 3 battling it out. That's Olivia Borland and Amy Doyle. 1:12.57 for Amare Hoke. Second is Amy Doyle in this heat, and third, Olivia Borland. Just wait for that result to be confirmed. It is. Our next heat is heat 16.
First through the 25, that's Ellie Mounsey from Carnforth, with Charlotte Hayes from Ramsbottom over there in lane number 2. Look as though they're going to turn first and second. They do, with Anna Ashworth from Burnley Bobcats in lane number 1 in third, 36.49. It looks as though it's Ella that's got a good body length lead now over Freya Ainsworth from City of Liverpool, who's having a good second 50. But still on the far side is Anna Ashwood, Charlotte Hayes coming through in lane 5, Katie Rawnsley. It looks as though it's going to be Charlotte Hayes, and it's Katie Rawnsley that comes through into that third place. 1:15.57, good last 25. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to heat 17.
And as heat 17 gets underway, we do have birthday greetings this morning from Southport Swimming Club. It's Mason Galley, who is 15 today. Mason will be swimming in the 50 metres freestyle shortly, so happy birthday to Mason. And let's hope you swim fast on your birthday. And in heat number 17, in lane 1 is Isabel Martin from Pioneer 79. 2 is Ella Falkingham from Southport. 3, Ella Roberts from Prescott. 4 is Emily Morris from Garston. 5, Holly Maxwell from Blackpool Aquatics. 6 is Sophie Jones from Southport. 7, also from Southport, is Lauren Tebay. And in lane 8, Kate Forshaw. And these girls coming into the last 25 metres. In lane 5, Holly Maxwell from Blackpool. Looks like she's got a body length lead on the rest of the swimmers. She needs to be looking at a time of below 1:13 to stay in touch with Amare Hoke, this morning's fastest time, and she is there. Coming in second, lane 1, Isabel Martin from Pioneer 79. And your third, Ella Roberts from Prescott. And that result is confirmed for us now. That's heat 17, and next is heat 18.
In lane number 1, we've got Alexander Brophy from Aquatics, Lily Duck Pioneer in 9 in 2, Grace Whiteman Love from Bolton Metro in 3, Ruby Hearn, City of Liverpool in 4, Jessica Dealey from Prescott in 5, Amy Crompton Hesford from Wigan Best in 6, Michaela Shackleton from Pioneer 79 in 7, and Ella Grimshaw from Great Harwood. Down here in lane number 8, it was Grace Whiteman Love from Bolton Metro, from Ruby Hearn and Alexander Brophy. But it looks as though Grace is just starting to pull away from the 3 other swimmers of Alexander, Lily Duckworth and Ruby. As we come into the finish, it's going to be who's going to get the second. It could have been Ruby if she hadn't glided in, but there we have the confirmation of that result. And heat 19.
In heat 19, lane 1 is Ruby Kane from Pioneer 79. Lane 2, Natasha Tai from City of Salford. Lane 3, Alice Entwistle from Clitheroe. Lane 4 is Samantha Ash from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 6, Ella Williams from Pioneer 79. Lane 6 is Emily Unsworth from the City of Manchester Aquatic team. And lane 7, Ella Smith from Southport. Lane 8 is Grace Long from the City of Liverpool. And it's Ella Williams from Pioneer 79 at the turn in 35.54. Closely followed by Samantha Ash from Blackpool in lane number 5. It's a very even race, this one, as they come into the last 25 metres. It could be any one of 5 swimmers, 6 swimmers even. Lane 2 to 8, all in a pretty much straight line, but it does look like in lane 4, Samantha Ash from Blackpool just has the edge. Although lane 2's Natasha Tai is coming through strongly in the last 5 metres. But it's Samantha in 1:13.62 from Natasha Tai, and lane 5's Ella Williams, and that result is now confirmed. Our next heat, heat 20.
And so over in lane number 1, we've got Amy White from Everton. Lane 2 is Lauren Bradley Holt from City of Salford. Jasmine Leigh, Pioneers 79, and her teammate Leah Williams in lane number 4. Lucy Turner from Burnley Bobcats in 5. Drew Gallagher from Southport in 6. Her teammate Bethany Hughes in lane number 7, and Grace Orrell from Blackburn in lane number 8. It was Bethany Hughes that went through the turn, 34.47. Still Holly White leading everything, 1:12.41 from Amarai Hot, 1:12.50. Looks as though we're going to get under that as we come into the finish. It's Lauren Bradley Holt from the City of Salford and Bethany Hughes on either side of the pool, where we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to Heat 21.
And in Heat 21, in lane 1 is Faith Bryant from Everton. Lane 2, Molly Gordon from Blackpool Aquatics. Also from Blackpool in lane 3 is Imogen Moss. Lane 4, Harriet Finn from the City of Salford. Lane 5, Anna Dutton from Leyland Barracudas. And lane 6, Eleanor Daly from Prescott. Lane 7 is Emily McSharry from the City of Salford. And lane 8 from the City of Manchester is Rebecca Dawson. And at the turn, it's Imogen Moss from Blackpool, 33.88. Setting a good pace. It looks like she's maintained that lead, although coming back strongly in lane 7, Emily McSharry from the City of Salford. And lane 4, Harriet Finn, looks like she may be slightly ahead. Although lane 2, Molly Gordon from Blackpool, upping her stroke rate now as they come into the last 10 metres. But it does look like lane 3, Imogen Moss is holding them off, and she finishes first, 1:11.22. First 3 all within 1 minute 11 seconds. Second, Molly Gordon, and third, Harriet Finn, and that result is now confirmed. Heat 22.
As we get Heat 22 underway, we've got Maisie Johnson from Southport. Over in lane number 1, Emily Keys from City of Salford in 2. Emily Conway from City of Manchester in 3. Amy Banks, Calforth in 4. Josephine Stevens, City of Salford in 5. Maya Erzen-Essien from Bolton Metro in 6. Georgiana Bott from Wigan Best in 7. And Victoria Woods from City of Salford down here in lane number 8. It's Emily Keys, City of Salford, from Amy Banks and Maisie Johnson. But looking at the pool, there's definitely not much between any of them. Probably Maya the furthest back, but everybody else almost in one line. Into the last 15 metres, it's going to be very, very close. It looks like it's going to be Emily Conway, just right at the last. And she takes it, Josephine Stevens, City of Salford, from Maisie Johnson. And that's the confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 23.
And in heat 23, lane 1 has Jessica Smith from the city of Manchester. Lane 2 is Darcy Williams from Pioneer 79. Lane 3, Anna Duncan from Liverpool Penguins. Lane 4 is Mia Smith from Southport. Also from Southport in lane 5 is Kate Forster, and Jessica Law, also from Southport, is in lane 6. Lane 7, Alexandra Carr from Blackpool Aquatics, and Beth McDonald from the city of Salford. And at the turn in lane number 4 is Mia Smith, one of the Southport swimmers. Emily Conway showing great form at the end of the last heat. Would have made her coach James Stannard very proud with that finish. Lane 7, Alexandra Carr from Blackpool coming through strongly. It's going to be close between her and lane 3, Anna Duncan. And it is Anna Duncan in lane 3 who takes it. 1:09.48 from Alexandra Carr and Kate Forster. And that's confirmed now. So our next heat is heat 24.
Over in lane number 1, we've got Georgia Ashton from Bolton Metro, Isabel Cockram from Pioneer 79 in 2, Charlotte Nestor, Wigan Best in 3, Emma Hodgson, Isle of Man in 4, Hannah Russell, City of Manchester in 5, Chloe Cotton from Preston in 6, Olivia Dykes from City of Manchester in 7, and Lucia Hearn from Worsley down here in lane number 8. There's Charlotte Nestor. She's turning first in lane number 3. As we come into the final 25, she's just got a slight lead over Isabel Cockram and Emma Hodgson. Looks as though Emma Hodgson is going to take the second place, and down here Lucia Hearn from Worsley is going to be in third, 1:09.40. Georgia Ashton over on the far side. Very good swim. And there we have confirmation of that result as we move on to heat 25.
And in heat 25, lane 1 is Matty J. Oliver from Bootle. 2, Chiara Tomasello from the city of Manchester. 3 is Hannah Kelsall from Wigan Best. 4, Chantel Austin from Blackpool Aquatics. 5 is Elizabeth Wafer from Preston. 6, Josie Carroll from Southport. Abby Wyatt also from Southport in 7. And Libby Manning from Garston is in lane 8. And Charlotte in the last heat setting a very good time, 1:07.4. Chantel turning in 31.36. Looks like she has it from Elizabeth in lane 5. And she's opened up a bit of a lead as they come past the 15-metre mark. Maintaining a very high arm rate. And she comes under the flags for the last 5 metres. It is Chantel in 1:04.74 from Elizabeth, from Hannah in lane 3 from Wigan Best. And that result is confirmed on the board now. And our last heat, heat 26.
as we get this final heat underway. It's Chloe Golding already establishing a lead in lane 4 from the City of Manchester. Over in lane number 1 though, we've got Emily Peters, a teammate. Next to her, Lizzie Woodcock from Preston. 3, Emma Jones from City of Salford. As we said, Chloe through the turn, 31.15. Next to her, Holly White from Everton. In lane number 5. Lane number 6 is Alexander Livingston from Carnforth. Olivia Heron from Worsley. Olivia McGinty from Burnley Bobcats in lane number 8, but it's Chloe Golding that's showing everybody the way. It's good 4 metres, 5 metres as we come into the finish. It's going to be very close though for the second place. It's going to Emma Jones from Lizzie Woodcock. And there we have the confirmation of the results. And that brings us to the end of event 901. And our next event, 902, is for the men's 10 years and over 50 metres freestyle. There are 38 heats. And we start with heat number 1.
And in this first heat of the 50 metres freestyle, we have in lane 3, Jacob Chambers from the City of Manchester. Lane 4, William Jones from Liverpool Penguins. Lane 5, Joseph Ball from Fleetwood. And in lane 6, Aidan Watkins from the City of Manchester. And as they come up to the finish, in lane 4, taking the first heat is William Jones from Liverpool Penguins in a time of 35.63. From Joseph Ball from Fleetwood, and third, Jacob Chambers. And Aidan's just finished now. That completes heat number 1. Heat 2.
Casper Holder from City of Salford in lane 1, Ryan Lewis from Ormskirk in 2, Liam Hardy from City of Manchester in 3, William Armstrong, Aquabears in 4, Harry Ferson from Leyland Barracudas in 5, Zach Hickson, Blackpool Aquatics in 6, Benjamin Paul, Ormskirk 7, and Oliver Parry from Oldham Aquatics in lane number 8. And it looks as though it's going to be Ryan Lewis, 34.19 from Ben Paul, and then Liam Hardy as we have confirmation of that result as we move on to heat 3.
In lane 1, Alfie Arden from Preston. 2 is Jack Duff from Southport. George Sutton, also from Southport, is in 3. Jaden Lim from Stretford in 4. Daniel Croft from Oldham Aquatics in 5. Joseph Bradshaw from the City of Salford in 6. Sean Flanagan from Crosby in 7. And Jonathan Waters from Blackpool is in lane number 8. And it's lane 5, Daniel Croft from Oldham Aquatics, finishing 33.76. That's our new fastest time. That heat is confirmed. Heat 4.
And in this heat 4, we've got Oliver Crooks, Bolton Metro, Francesco Tomasello from the city of Manchester, Ethan Naisbitt, Pioneer 79, Joel Thompson, Southport, Lewis Gilbert, Flixton, Hayden Soul from Lancaster, Corbin Wake from city of Salford, Samuel Quinn from Wigan Best. But as we come down into the last 5 metres, it looks as though it's going to be Lewis Gilbert. He's going to take it. He does 33.45 from Corbin Wake and Francesco Tomasello. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to Heat 5.
Lane 1 is Luke Kernan from Liverpool Penguins. Lane 2, Sean Skelly from Ormskirk. Ruben Quayle from Bolton Metro in 3. Panios Angelakis from Isle of Man in lane 4. Oliver Carter from Bury and Elton in 5. JJ Watling is from Blackpool in 6. George Wilby from Carnforth is in 7. And Luke Batty from Bolton Metro is in lane number 8. And the boys looking to beat 33.45 from the last heat. And Luke in lane 1 has done that, 32.57, closely followed by Oliver Carter in lane 5. And that's confirmed. Our next heat, heat 6.
Over in 1, we've got Nikolai Patera from Southport, Harry Lee from Preston in 2, Ernest Collinson from Garstang in 3, Ziggy Standring from Oldham Aquatics in 4, Matthew Buxton from Isle of Man in 5, Luke Found from City of Salford in 6, Luke Berry from Bolton Metro in 7, and Thomas Simon from Bridgefield in lane number 8. Just a quick note before we start the next heat, the person who is using their flash on their camera, can they refrain from using it, please? If it's on your mobile phone, switch it off. At the start, it flashed just before the start, which could have set somebody off on a false start. So if you make sure that your flash is off, if you're going to take photographs, make sure it's turned off. Heat 7.
Lane 1 is Ethan Richards from Aquabears. 2 is Daniel Haynes from Wigan Best. 3 is Joel Birtles from Oldham Aquatic. 4, Eric Inman from Preston. 5, Annan Clark from Lancaster. 6 is Max Bradley from the city of Salford. 7 is Eba Meyer Clayton from Flixton. And lane 8, Owen Whittaker from Leyland Barracudas. And into the last 5 metres, it looks like it's lane 7, Eba from Flixton. Nope, he's pipped to it by Daniel from Wigan Best. A new fastest time, 32.2. Our next heat, heat 8.
As we get this heat underway, we've got the finalists for our women's 10 years and over 100 metres backstroke. In the 10-11 years age group, Chloe Ridge, Wigan Best, Hannah Morris, Leyland Barracudas, Isabella Evans, Southport, Lauren Cusick from Aquabears, Nicole Lomas from Bolton Metro, Lucy Parsons from Prescott, Layla Morris, Wigan Best, and Lisa Bazaghi from Bolton Metro. And the reserve swimmers are Ruby Crossman from Oldham Aquatics and Lola Cragg from Burnley Bobcats, and they are your finalists for the 10 and 11 years age group. And we have confirmation of the result for Heat 8 as we move on to Heat 9. For the 12 years age group, Alexander Prince from Blackpool Aquatics, Sienna Renz from Crosby, Jessica Pennyfold from Southport, Amy Crompton-Hesford from Wigan Best, Eleanor Kay, Bolton Metro, Afia Minnis from City of Manchester, Francesca Brady from Wigan Best, and Holly Brown from Blackburn. And the reserve finalists are Mia Newton, Pioneer 79, and Amelia Moss, also from Pioneer 79. And they are the finalists for the 12 years age group of the women's 100 metres backstroke. As we wait for the confirmation of Heat 9, Heat 10. "13 years age group, Ella Roberts, Prescott, Lily Gregg from Pioneer 79, Amy White from Everton, Amarai Hock from Oldham Aquatics, Georgiana Bott from Wigan Best, Grace Whiteman Love from Bolton Metro, Lucy Turner from Burnley Bobcats, and Ruby McFarlane from City of Salford. And reserve finalists Katie Rawnsley from Prescott and Hannah McDonald from the City of Salford. And they are your 13 age group finalists for the women's 100 metres backstroke. And there we have confirmation of the result for Heat 10. Heat 11. "14 years age group, Holly Maxwell, Blackpool Aquatics, Olivia Heron, Worsley, Lauren Bradley Holt, City of Salford, Cara Tomasello from City of Manchester, Georgia Ashton from Bolton Metro, Jessica Smith, City of Manchester, Bethany Hughes from Southport, and Victoria Woods from the City of Salford. And reserve finalist is Emily McSherry, City of Salford, and Ella Williams from Pioneer 79. And they are the finalists for the 14 years age group of the 100 metres backstroke. There we have confirmation of the result for Heat 11 as we move on to Heat 12. "15 years age group, Harriet Finn, City of Salford, Jessica Law, Southport, Kate Forster, Southport, Abby Wyatt, Southport, Lucia Hearn from Worsley, Beth McDonald, City of Salford, Imogen Moss, Blackpool Aquatics, Olivia McGinty from Burnley Bobcats, and reserve finalists Faith Bryant, Everton, and Samantha Ash from Blackpool Aquatics. And they're the finalists for the 15 years age group. And there we have the confirmation of the result for Heat 12, Heat 13. "16 years age group, Josie Carroll, Southport, Emily Peters, City of Manchester, Holly White, Everton, Elizabeth Wafer, Preston, Elizabeth Woodcock, Preston, Emma Hodgson, Isle of Man, Alexander Carr, Blackpool Aquatics, and Emily Conway, City of Manchester. Reserve finalists Josephine Stevens, City of Salford, Darcy Williams from Pioneer 79, and they are your finalists for the 16 years age group of our women's 100 metres backstroke. They're getting a bit fast to try and read all these out. There's Heat 14. 17 years and over age group. Matty J. Oliver, Bootle, Alexander Livingston from Carnforth, Charlotte Nestor from Wigan Best, Chloe Golding, City of Manchester, Chantal Austin from Blackpool Aquatics, Emma Jones from City of Salford, Hannah Kelsall, Wigan Best, Anna Duncan from the Liverpool Penguins, and reserve finalists Isabel Cockram, Pioneers 79, and Mia Smith from Southport. They are your finalists for the women's 10 years and over 100 metres backstroke finals. Team managers, head coaches, you have 15 minutes in which to withdraw any of your swimmers. There's the confirmation of Heat 14, Heat 15.
And the swimmers now dipping underneath the 30-second mark in the 50 metres. In this heat, George Cookson from Carnforth in 1, Tyler Maguire-Thornton from Oldham in 2, Liam Carey from Wigan in 3. No, it's not. It's Lucas Brown from Garstang in 4, Alexander Tokarski from Carnforth in 5, Noah Cox in 6, Oliver Pearce in 7, and Max Delaney is in lane 8. And it's Oliver from Blackburn in lane 1 with the new fastest time at 27.5. Heat 16. Heat 16, lane 1, Tobias Pilkington from Burnley. Lane 2 is Bradley Snaleham from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 3, William Horman from City of Liverpool. Lane 4, Ethan Bottomley from Flixtons. Lane 5, Sam Fairclough, Blackburn. 6, Jacob Birtles, Oldham. Lane 7, Joshua King from Bolton. And lane 8, Adam Rusk from Prescott. Oliver Zhang Warmington setting a very good time in the previous heat. Tobias takes that one, 28.71. That's Heat 16. Next, Heat 17. Lane 1, James Dudley, Isle of Man. 2, Tobias Eston from Lancaster. 3, Jack Porter from Leyland. 4 is Joseph Arcangelo from Chorley. 5 is Alexander Dillon from Southport. 6, Isaac Quarry from Lancaster. 7, Spencer Cragg from Burnley. And in lane 8, Patrick Donnelly from Everton. 27.5, still the time to beat at the moment. And Alexander brings that one home, 28.31. Heat number 18. Lane 1, Joseph Cameron Manzor from Crosby. Zach Walmsley from Blackburn in 2. Jacob Scott Wigan is in 3. Ryan Coulthard in City of Manchester is in 4. Bailey Reid, Blackpool, is in 5. Chris Walker from City of Manchester in 6. Lucas Vose from Wigan in 7. And Scott Painter from Bolton is in lane number 8. Still Oliver from Blackburn is the time to beat, 27.5. And this heat, there is your confirmation, Joseph, 28.6. Heat 19. Lane 1, Alex Campbell from City of Manchester. 2 is Louis Ponty from Blackburn. 3, Tobias Lee from Southport. 4, Daniel Leach from Lancaster. 5 is Lewis Winston from Leyland. 6, Matthew Boyd, Clitheroe. 7, Evangelos Zarianos from Bridgefield. And lane 8, Charles Kelly from Southport. And it's lane 1's Alex Campbell from City of Manchester in 28.12. And confirmed, taking us to heat 20. Lane 1, Malachi Duffin from Lancaster. 2 is David Fletcher from Fleetwood. 3, Gabriel Taylor-Rimmer from Bolton. 4 is Toby Ransom from City of Manchester. 5, Fraser Cook from Southport. 6, Ruben Robotham Keating from Manchester. 7 is Benjamin Horton from Manchester. Finishing first, Fraser Cook from Southport, 28.1. And that's confirmed. Heat 21. Lane 1, Jude Gibson from Manchester. 2 is Luke Adams from Salford. 3, James Bosworth from Aquabears. 4 is Alfie Jones from Stretford. 5, Miles Paul from Salford. 6, Henry Moore from Southport. 7, Leon Callan from Salford. And in lane 8, Harry Robinson from Pioneer 79. And at the moment, Oliver Zhang Warmington's swim in heat 15 is looking very good. Pushing him close though, Luke Adams in that heat, 27.6. That's confirmed. Heat 22. Lane 1, Adam Newell from Salford. 2 is Bailey Boyd-Olst from Aquabears. 3, Jay Bolton from Salford. 4, George Walton from Bolton. 5, Hugo Snowden from Clitheroe. 6 is Kian Tevlin from Oldham. 7 is Thomas Dixon from Crosby. And in lane 8, Adam Tabernacle from Preston. And taking that heat is in lane 8, Adam Tabernacle from Preston, 27.91. Confirmed. Heat 23. Lane 1 from Lancaster is Harry Shaw. 2, Jack Sheffield from Salford. 3, Tom Arkwright from Leyland. Also from Leyland, James Hanford in lane 4. Thomas Baines from Pioneer is in lane 5. Russell Chavez from Salford in 6. Wunai Tam from Manchester in 7. And Tiger Edwards from Oldham is in lane 8. And it's James from Leyland taking that heat, 27.84. That's confirmed. Heat 24. Ben Clark Davison from Bolton is in lane 1. Max Adams from Salford in 2. William Nyango from Knowlton in lane 3. Lane 4 is Oliver Taylor from Manchester. Jack Charmack from Blackpool in 5. Alfredo Lozano from Wigan is in lane 6. Sam Corzon from Horwich in 7. And Dominic Tester O'Neill from Ramsbottom is in lane number 8. And Oliver Taylor, City of Manchester, 27.41, has set a new fastest time this morning. That's confirmed. Heat 25.
As we get heat 25 underway, it's Alex Kirk, City of Manchester in 1, Alex Dutton from Garston in 2, Mason Galley, 15 today from Southport, in 3. Benjamin Havers Strong from Burnley Bobcats in 4. Elliot Warwick from Liverpool Penguins in 5. Samuel Case Clitheroe in 6. Aidan Baker from Flixton in 7. And Alex Keegan from Garston in lane number 8. And as we come down into the finish, it is Elliot Warwick 27:30. I think that's our fastest time up to now. Confirmation of that result as we move on to Heat 26. Over in 1 we've got Ryan McGreevy from Fleetwood, Matthew Spencer from Southport in 2, Rory Lees from Ashton-under-Lyne in 3, Joshua Morrison from Liverpool Penguins in 4, Robert Brew from Wigan Best in 5, Conor Dunkley from City of Manchester in 6, Edward Whittingham from Southport in 7, Thomas Curfey from the Isle of Man in lane number 8. And as we come into the finish, it's Rory Lees from Ashton who takes it. Confirmation of the result as we move on to 27.
Lane 1, Harry Rowland from Southport, Rio Quarry from Preston in 2, Thomas McCarthy from Salford is in 3, Jack Roberts, Liverpool Penguins in lane 4, Tyrese Smith from Liverpool is in 5, Jack Bennett from Orca is in lane 6, Finley Jones-Wright from Fleetwood in 7, and Luke Suarez from Crosby is in lane number 8. And 26.84 by Tyrese is this morning's fastest time so far. 26.84 is now confirmed. Heat 28.
We have Zach Swishelli in lane number 1 from Burnley Bobcats, Matthew Armstrong, Flixton in 2, Axel Resend Durra from City of Salford in 3, Ellis Cleworth, Liverpool, City of Liverpool in 4, Finley Makin, City of Manchester in 5, Christopher Minro from Blackpool Aquatics in 6, Adam Jones from City of Manchester in 7, and Carl McKenna, Leyland Barracudas in lane number 8, Matthew Armstrong from Flixton, 26.45. First one under 27 seconds. A confirmation of that result as we move on to 29.
That's Matthew Rooney in lane 1 from Everton. Samuel Ellis from Liverpool is in 2. Jonah Thomas Kelly from Ramsbottom in 3. Ben Porter from Leyland in 4. Nathan Holmes from Preston is in 5. Reef Connolly from Flixton in 6. And Jack Stanley from Blackburn is in 7. Sam Butterworth from Ramsbottom in lane number 8. And 26.31 is a new fastest time this morning, and that's confirmed from Nathan. Heat 30.
Ben McAvoy from City of Salford in 1, Lake Kerslake from Oldham Aquatics in 2, Gabriel Glynn, Bolton Metro in 3, Luke Hoey, City of Salford in 4, Lewis Mailer from Orca in 5, Benjamin Makin, Pioneer 79 in 6, Mason Barnsley Fowler from Leyland Barracudas in 7, and John Bruden was in lane number 8. And it's Luke Kerslake from Oldham Aquatics, 26.50 from Luke Hoey. And there's the confirmation of the result as we move on to heat 31.
Matthew Crabtree in lane 1 from Carnforth. 2 is Harvey Martin from Crosby. 3, Kieran Tattersall from Ramsbottom. 4, Jack McKay-Smith from Bolton. 5 is Ewan Wilson from the city of Salford. 6, Richard Mead from Carnforth. 7, Robin Austin from Carnforth. 8, Sam Taylor from city of Manchester. Big groan at the start of that race. I'm guessing something happened. And 26.2 for Matthew in lane 1 is confirmed. That's the new fastest time this morning. 32, heat number 32 now.
As we get heat 32 underway, we've got a disqualification to announce in heat 31, lane 7. So heat 31, lane 7 was disqualified. This go charge, it's going to be very, very close. Lane 3, Jacob Casey. 25.93 from Joshua Maitland from Ormskirk. There's the confirmation of the result for heat 32, heat 33.
Lane 1 is Max Nosdar from Preston. 2, Cameron Lamb from Bolton. 3 is Ben Winterburn from Carnforth. 4, Joe Burns from Prescott. 5, Ben Smith from Manchester. Aidan Tevlin in 6 from Oldham. Also from Oldham in 7 is Joe Rees. And in lane 8, Harvey Lowe from the Isle of Man. .26.15 for Joe Rees in lane 7. It's confirmed. Heat number 34.
And in this heat 34 in lane 1, we've got Ben Turlin. Lane 2, Afonso Sequeira. 3, Carrick Thompson. 4, Daniel Holmes. 5, James Mooney. 6, Adam Ackett. 7, Joseph McHugh, sorry. And in lane 8, Reese Caulfield. And as we hit the last 5 metres, it looks like it might be, there's Daniel Holmes from Preston. 25.73 from Carrick Thompson. We have confirmation of that result. Heat 35.
Luca Tomasello from Manchester is in 1. Alexandra Axford, also Manchester, in 2. Jay Dennett from Salford in 3. Dylan Fairclough from Blackburn in 4. Alfie Mars from Manchester is in 5. Jack Morris from Bolton in 6. Thomas Silk from Crosby in 7. And Kian Margie from Wigan is in lane number 8. On 25.27 from Jay in lane 3 is this morning's fastest time so far. That's confirmed. Heat 36.
As we get down to the business end of these men's 50 freestyle, lane 1 we've got Joseph Ackett from Bury Nelton, Anthony Wood, Blackpool Aquatics, Matthew Evans, City of Manchester, Joel Watterson, the Isle of Man, Jake Clapperson, City of Manchester, Matthew George, City of Salford, Scott Proven, City of Salford, and James Duncan, City of Salford. As we come into the finish, 24:40, fastest time up to now, Joel Watterson. From Matthew Evans, Jake Clapperson. As we have confirmation of that result, heat 37.
Johnny Rowland from Southport is in lane 1, Ewan O'Connor on Ormskirk in 2, Liam Carlin from Bootle 3, Neil Wiley from Prescott in 4, Jacob Lee from Southport is in 5, Jared Armstrong from Manchester 6, Nathan Lowe from Salford is in 7, and Matthew Martin from Preston is in lane number 8. And 24.35 is the new fastest time this morning from Jacob. That's confirmed. Heat number 38.
And so in this our final heat, we've got Rhys Ashton from Horwich in 1, Jack O'Brien from City of Manchester in 2, his teammates Nathan Bennett and Robert Cowley in 3 and 4, Ben Martin, Pioneer 79 in 5, Kieran Hennessy from Ormskirk in 6, Harry Pilkinson from Burnley Bobcats in 7, and James Simpson from Flixton. And it's Ben Martin from Pioneer 79, not 75. 24-24, and that's the confirmation of the results. As we move on to our next event, which is event 903, the women's 10 years and over, 50 metres breaststroke. There are 18 heats. As we start with heat number 1.
So in event 903, the girls 10 years and over, 50 metres breaststroke, the pace drops ever so slightly. And in this first heat in lane 3, Grace Jackson is from the City of Salford. And lane 5, Emily Sturrock from Burnley Bobcats. Coming into the last 15 metres, it looks like Grace Jackson from Salford will be setting the first time this morning. And it is Grace in a time of 48.85. 45.85. And the result is confirmed. Heat number 2. And in Heat 2 we have Tiana Chambers from Southport. Also from Southport in lane 3 is Harriet Rawlings. Abigail Turner from Flixton is in lane 4. Maisie Stevens from Crosby in lane 5. Adesua Waterson from Stretford is in 6. And Grace Lackey from Wigan is in lanes number 7. And it looks like Abigail, the swimmer from Flixton, in lane 4 is taking this heat out. And that's Abigail touching first in a time of 42.35. And that result is now confirmed. Heat 3.
Over in lane 1, we've got Lola Cragg, Burnley Bobcats, Harriet Cooper from Leyland Barracudas in 2, Caitlin Wilson from Clitheroe in 3, Chloe Ridge from Wigan Best in lane number 4, Isabella Evans, Southport in 5, Hannah Morris, Leyland Barracudas in 6, Lisa Bazagi, Bolton Metro in 7, and Millie Webber from the Wigan Best. Down here in lane number 8, it looks like lane 3, Caitlin Wilson from Clitheroe has probably got about a metre lead, and she touches first in 41.90 from Chloe Ridge and Harriet Cooper, and then we have confirmation of the result as we move on to heat 4.
And the girls setting some very good PBs in this breaststroke this morning. In heat number 4, we have Ella Wadsworth from Wigan in lane 1. Eleanor Kay from Bolton is in 2. Lauren Kusic from Aquabears is in 3. Eliza Radcliffe from Liverpool Penguins is in lane 4. And Nicole Lomas from Bolton in 5. Grace Hyde from Bolton in 6. Anwyn Reid from Salford is in lane 7. And Grace Robotham Keating from Stretford is in lane number 8. And Lauren there setting the new fastest time this morning in lane 3 from Aquabears in 40.88. And that result is now confirmed for you. Heat number 5.
Over in 1, we've got Mia Mason from Flixton, Hannah Canty from Southport in 2, Anna Gohagan from Burnley Bobcats in 3, Adia Tierney from Wigan Best in 4, Neve Pryor, Bolton Metro in 5, Kizzy Crompton from City of Salford in 6, Alexander Prince, Blackpool Aquatics in 7, Jessica Sunderland from Aquabears in lane number 8. It looks like lane number 2. Hannah Canty from Southport, 39.21. She gets it from Jessica Sunderland. And Adia Tiernan from Wigan Best. There's the confirmation of that result as we move on to heat 6.
And it's Evie Warnock in lane 1 from Ormskirk. Erica Reid from Blackpool in 2. Eve Catterall from Everton is in 3. Olivia Sheehan from Wigan is in lane 4. Madison Renz from Crosby in lane 5. Tiliana Kinter from Wigan is in lane 6. Ella Bloxage from City of Salford is in lane 7. And Amy Crompton Hesford from Wigan is in lane number 8. And it is Madison from Crosby, 39.3. And that result is now confirmed. Heat number 7. Lane 1 is Eve Schofield from Garston. 2, Madeline Bailey from Wigan Best. 3, Lucy Horman from Liverpool. 4 is Amelie Elliott from Leyland Barracudas. Amelie Cornell from Everton and Frey Boardman, also from Everton, in 5 and 6. Amy Myers from the Isle of Man is in lane 7, and Anastasia Harshorn is in lane number 8 from Blackburn. And it does look like Anastasia who's taking this race out, or it could be in lane 2, and it is Madeline Bailey, 38.31. And that is now confirmed for us, taking us to heat number 8.
And in this heat 8, we've got Georgia Ashton from Bolton Metro in 1, Lola Barron from Burnley Bobcats in 2, Bailey Siri Kelly from Pioneer 79 in 3, Sophia Worsley from Liverpool Penguins in 4, Ella Williams, Pioneer 79 in 5, and her teammate Beth Hartwell in lane number 6 with Ella Newton, her teammate, in lane number 8. As we come down into the finish, it looks as though it might be Bailey Siri Kelly. It is 39.81 from Georgia Ashton and Ella Williams. And there we have the confirmation of the result as we move on to heat 9.
Lane 1, Emma Flannery from Salford. 2 is Charlotte Mead from Blackburn. Elizabeth Brearley from Blackpool Aquatics is in lane 3. Ella Prescott from Ormskirk is in lane number 4. Alice Sands from Carnforth in lane 5. Amber Mann from Preston is in lane number 6. In lane 7 is Emily Gaskell from Wigan Best, and lane 8, Ashlyn Warncock from Ormskirk. Elizabeth from Blackpool taking that one out, 38.42. Is now confirmed. Heat number 10.
As we get heat 10 underway, we've got the finalists for the men's 10 years and over 50 metres freestyle, 10 and 11 years age group. Eric Inman from Preston, Luke Kernan from Liverpool Penguins, Emil Dawkins from Preston, Zwanmin Gao from Aqua Bears, Daniel Haynes from Wigan Best, Harvey Kinnear from Preston, Thomas Simon from Bridgefield, and Nikolai Patera from Southport, with reserve finalists of Louis Gilbert from Flixton and Daniel Croft from Oldham Aquatics. And they're the finalists for the 10 and 11 years age group of the men's 10 years and over 50 metres freestyle. We'll just wait for the confirmation of the result for heat 10. And there we have it as we move on to heat 11. (12 years age group). Eric Byrne from Garston, Joshua Walker, City of Manchester, Jake Christian from City of Manchester, Jack Heppelstone from Leyland Barracudas, Johnny Gibbs from Preston, Callum Rollin from Southport, Owen Heathcote Jones from Carnforth, and Robbie Bishop from Southport, with reserve finalists of Robert Littler, Leyland Barracudas, and Tom Adamson from Carnforth, and they are the 12 years age group. Finalists for the men's 10 years and over 50 metres freestyle. As we wait for the confirmation of the result for Heat 11, there we have it, Heat 12. "13 years age group, Ronnie Calvary Sumner from Great Harwood, Nathan Arthur from City of Salford, Benjamin Horton from City of Manchester, Tom Arkwright, so Leyland Barracudas, Miles Paul, City of Salford, Reuben Robotham Keating, City of Manchester, Zach Wormsley from Blackburn, Liam Carey from Wigan Best, Bradley Snelham from Leyland Barracudas, reserve finalists with Miles Flanagan from the City of Salford. And they are your finalists for the 13 years age group of the men's 50 metres freestyle. As we wait for the confirmation of the result for Heat 12, there we have it, Heat 13. "14 years age group, Oliver Taylor, City of Manchester, Samuel Ellis from City of Liverpool, Finley Makin, City of Manchester, Nathan Holmes from Preston, Tyrese Smith, City of Liverpool, Ellis Cleworth, City of Liverpool, Harry Rowland, Southport, and Oliver Warmington from Blackburn. Reserve finalists are Max Adams, City of Salford, and James Hanford from Leyland Barracudas. And they're the finalists for the 14 years age group of the men's 50 metres freestyle.
And the finalists in event 916, the 15 years age group: Finley Jones-Wright from Fleetwood, Thomas McCarthy from Salford, Joe Burns from Prescott, Kieran Tattersall from Ramsbottom, Harvey Lowe from the Isle of Man, Gabriel Glynn from Bolton Metro, Alfredo Lozano from Wigan Best, Adam Jones from City of Manchester. And your reserves: Ben Havers-Strong from Burnley Bobcats and Joshua Morrison from Liverpool Penguin. Faith Bryant from Everton taking that heat home. Just wait for that to be confirmed. Amy Harrison, in fact. Heat number 15. Event 917, which is the 16 years age group, 50 metres freestyle final, will be Thomas Silk from Crosby, Matthew Crabtree from Carnforth, Daniel Holmes from Preston, Cian Margie from Wigan Best, Luca Tomasello from City of Manchester, Jack Morris from Bolton Metro, Alfie Mars from City of Manchester, and Adam Akic from Bolton Metro. And the reserves in this final are Tom Dugdale from Carnforth and Matthew Rooney from Everton. And in Heat 15, Emma Blair taking that home, 36.75 is confirmed. Heat number 16. On event 918, the men's 17 years and over final will be Nathan Bennett from City of Manchester, Niall Wiley from Prescott, Robert Cowley from City of Manchester, Ben Martin, Pioneer 79, Jacob Lee from Southport, Joel Waterston from the Isle of Man, Liam Carlin from Bootle, and Jared Armstrong from City of Manchester. And your reserves are Matthew Evans from City of Manchester and Jay Dennett from the City of Salford. Those are all your finalists for the 50 metres freestyle later this morning. That completes heat number 16 in the 50 metres breaststroke. Olivia Heron confirmed 34.37. Heat number 17.
As we start on the penultimate heat here in the Aquatic Centre here in Manchester. We have Ellie Perris from Pioneer 79 in 1, Hannah Edwards from Carnforth in 2, Ellie Ward from Pioneer 79 in 3, Stephanie Brew, Isle of Man in 4, Jessica Morgan, Southport in 5, Ellie Fraser from City of Salford in 6, and Alyssa McElroy from Southport in lane number 8. It's Jessica Morgan, 34.14. Very, very close second. Stephanie Brew, 34.17. We wait for the confirmation. We have it. We have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our final heat of this event. Heat 18. And in this final heat, we have Katie Richardson from Oldham Aquatics over in 1, Anna Ashworth from Burnley Bobcats in 2, Faye Bayman from Wigan Best in 3, Hannah Doherty from Bolton Metro in 4, Emily Lawrence from Preston in 5, Hannah Sheehan, Wigan Best in 6, Victoria Dawson from Southport in lane number 7, and Tahira Collins from Wigan Best in lane number 8 as we come down into the last 5 metres. Emily Lawrence, 34.73 from Hannah Doherty, 34.91, and then Hannah Sheehan. And that's the confirmation of that result, and that brings us to the end of event 903 as we move on to event 904, which is the men's 10 years and over 200 metres butterfly. There are 6 heats. Heat 1.
And in this first heat of the 200 metres butterfly, lane 3 is Josh Walker from the City of Manchester. In lane 4 is Leyland Barracuda's Robert Littler. And his teammate is in lane 5, Max Delaney. And in lane 6, Samuel Grimes from Wigan Best. And it's Max setting the early pace, 33.98 at 50 metres. Very quick down that first 50. And it is Max owning up about a body's lead on the other 3 swimmers who are staying pretty close together at this point. Max coming to the 100-metre mark in 1:14.6. Max looking to improve his entry time of 2:46.56. He's on pace for that if he can manage that over the next 100 metres. The other four swimmers keeping up a nice regular pace. And as they turn for the last time in lane 5, Max Delaney still has a lead of some 5 seconds over the nearest swimmer. First of our 13-year-olds this morning, Max from Leyland, 1:59.52 at the turn as he comes into the last 25 metres. Robert Littler, his teammate, is putting in a good last length, trying to close that gap on Max, who looks like he might be tiring as we come into the last 15 metres. Lane 3, Josh Walker from Manchester, also making a strong finish. But it is Max, 2:46.39, setting the early first time. And that's a new PB for Max, 0.2 of a second there. And Samuel just bringing that in. That completes heat number 1, which is now confirmed. Heat 2. Okay, can we have a coach from Pioneer 79, please, and from Wigan Best to the timing suite immediately. That's a coach from Pioneer 79 and Wigan Best to the timing suite immediately. Thank you. In Heat 2, we have Luke Batty from Bolton Metro in lane 1. Patrick Braddock is in lane 2 from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 3, Charles Kelly from Southport. Lane 4 is Adam Tabernacle from Preston. One Eye Tam is in lane 5 from City of Manchester, and Joe Stout is from the City of Salford in lane 6. Alexander Volkovoy also from Salford in lane 7, and Ethan Ramali from Pioneer 79 is in lane 8. And in this second heat, it's lane 2, Patrick Braddock from Oldham, setting out a very early pace, turning now in 1:10.67. That's 4 seconds faster than the first heat. But matching him stroke for stroke at the moment in lane 4 is Adam Tabernacle. Also staying strong in lane 6 is Joe Stout from Salford. One Eye Tam is in 4th at the moment in lane 5 from the City of Manchester, turning in 1:13.66 at the 100-metre mark. But it looks like Patrick Braddock from Oldham in lane number 2, wearing the gold cap, that's in the lead at the moment as they come up to the 150-metre mark. Charles Kelly in lane 3 from Southport, keeping a nice regular rhythm as he comes down to the third turn. But it is still Patrick in lane 3, holding off Adam and One Eye and Joseph at the moment, but it's all about this last 50 metres. Who has got the stamina to keep those arms turning over? Patrick's been in the lead since the start of this race. Seems to have found an extra burst of energy as they come into the last 15 metres. He's breathing every stroke now, but coming up very quickly. In lane 6 is Joe Stout from Salford, trying to close the gap on Adam Tabernacle from Preston in lane number 4. It is Joseph at the touch. 2/10 of a second. So that's Patrick in lane 2. Taking it out first. Joe Stout from Salford in lane is second. And Abden Tabnacle from Preston was third in that heat. And we're just waiting for that time to be confirmed. That is now confirmed. Heat number 3.
And so as we get this Heat 3 underway, we have the finalists for the women's 10 years and over 50 metres breaststroke. 10 years, 10 and 11 years age group. Chloe Ridge, Wigan Best, Evie Warnock, Ormskirk, Caitlin Wilson, Clitheroe, Madison Renz from Crosby, Lauren Cusick from Aquabears, Nicole Lomas from from Bolton Metro, Abigail Turner from Flixton, Ella Wadsworth from Wigan Best, and reserve finalists are Harriet Cooper from Leyland Barracudas and Lisa Bazagi from Bolton Metro. 12 years age group, Freya Boardman from Everton, Jessica Sunderland from Aquabears, Amelie Elliott from Leyland Barracudas, Ashley Warnock from Ormskirk, Hannah Canty from Southport, Ella Bloxage from City of Salford, Adia Tiernan from Wigan Best, and Mia Mason from Flixton. And reserve finalists are Grace Hyde from Bolton Metro and Annie Gohagan from Burnley Bobcats, and they're the finalists for the 12 years age group. 13 years age group, Alana Carruthers, Bolton Metro, Madeline Bailey from Wigan Best, Amy Grosstock from City of Salford, Jessica Murray from City of Salford, Amarai Hott from Oldham Aquatics, Tanisha Benet Smith, City of Liverpool, Katie Rownsley from Prescott, Ella Prescott from Ormskirk. Reserve finalists Jessica Williamson from Wigan Best and Elizabeth Waring from Lancaster, and they are the 13 years age group finalists. 14 years age group, Chrissy Spinks from Southport, Hannah Wang from Stretford, Lucy Canavan from Aquabears, Olivia Heron from Worsley, Faye Bayman from Wigan Best, Elisa McElroy from Southport, Lois Keys from City of Liverpool, Elizabeth Braley from Blackpool Aquatics, and the reserve finalists are Kieran Prentice from the Isle of Man and Poppy Elliott from Leyland Barracudas. And they are your 14 years age group finalists for the women's 10 years and over 50 metres breaststroke.
There's the confirmation of Heat 3 there. Ruben Robotham Keating with an amazing time, 2:23.96. Heat number 5. Sorry, Heat 4.
So as we get Heat 4 underway, we have the 15 years age group, Faith Bryant from Everton, Anna Ashworth from Burnley Bobcats, Olivia Clare from City of Manchester, Jessica Morgan from Southport, Elif Fraser from City of Salford, Lily Ann Island from Garston, Amy Harrison from Oldham Aquatics, and reserve finalists Ashley Jolly, Pioneer 79, and Tahira Collins from Wigan Best. 16 years age group, Bethany McTaggart from Everton, Jessica Critchley from Garston, Senja Jurassic Wood from City of Salford, Victoria Dawson, Southport, Emma Blair from Aquabears, Olivia Dykes from City of Manchester, Daisy Cornell from Everton, Charlotte Hayes from Ramsbottom. Reserve finalists are Josephine Stevens from City of Salford and Ella Snalem from Leyland Barracudas. And the 17 years and over age group is Ellie Ward, Pioneer 79, Hannah Sheehan, Wigan Best, Anna Dougherty, Bolton Metro, Stephanie Brew from the Isle of Man, Emily Lawrence from Preston, Charlotte Nestor from Wigan Best, Denisa Elena Gagu from City of Manchester, Hannah Edwards from Carnforth, reserve finalist Rachel Thompson from Southport, and Katie Richardson from Oldham Aquatics. And they are your finalists for the women's 10 years and over 50 metres breaststroke finals. Head coaches, team managers, you have 15 minutes in which to withdraw any of your swimmers.
And in this fourth heat, as the boys come down the last 50 metres, Henry Moore in lane 2 from Southport set a very early pace, but he's been caught by Ellis Cleworth from City of Liverpool in lane 3, who's now just taken him with those long strokes as he comes into the last 5 metres. Very close. Tis Ellis, 220.65 from Henry, 221, and Alex Axford in lane number 8 from City of Manchester, finishing in 227.46. And we wait for that result to be confirmed. It is. And that takes us to heat number 5. In heat 5, we have in lane 1 Matthew Sylvester from Wigan Best. Adam Jones from the City of Manchester is in lane 2. Jack Bonsall from Blackpool Aquatics is in lane 3. James Cross, Wigan Best, in lane number 4. Brodie Hewson from Isle of Man is in lane 5. Ewan McKevitt from Pioneer 79 is in lane 6. Jack Howard from Preston is in lane number 7. And Ben Havers Strong is in lane 8 from Burnley Bobcats. And at the first turn from Blackpool Aquatics, Jack Bonsall setting the early pace, 29.33, dipping below the 30 seconds for the first 50 fly. And he's still got a slight lead on Adam in lane 2 and James in lane 4. But they're turning together, those 3 boys at the moment, very closely followed in lane 1 by Matthew Sylvester from Wigan. But a really good turn in lane 4 from James Cross from Wigan Best gives him a slight advantage over Jack in lane 3. 6, 7 and 8. Ewan, Jack and Ben are fighting it out for 4th place at the moment. But a very good third 50 metres from James Cross of Wigan Best. He's first to the turn in 1:39.93. Closely followed by Jack Bonsall from Blackpool Aquatics and Adam Jones from City of Manchester. Putting in a very good effort on the last 50 is Matthew Sylvester from Wigan Best in lane 1. But it is lane 4, James Cross from Wigan Best at the moment. As they go under the flags for the last time, it is James Cross who will finish now, 22 minutes, 16.25. And a dead heat for second place, Adam Jones from Manchester and Jack Bonsall from Blackpool. That result is now confirmed for heat number 5. That takes us to the last heat, heat 6.
Just a quick announcement to say that after this heat, there will be a swim-off in the girls' 50 breaststroke. So at the end of this heat, there will be a swim-off in the girls' 50 breaststroke. And then once that's complete, we shall be having a 15-minute intermission. Great word, that, intermission. I like that. It's like break, but it's not quite. It's sort of like a yes, ice creams. Yes, that would be nice. Remember that when we used to go to the cinemas, and you used to get they used to have films that used to have break at halfway, didn't they? And they used to crisps and lollies and ice creams. The lady used to go down to the front. What were they called? No, not the ice creams. The ladies that used to go down there, they used to wander in, didn't they? No, they used to show you to the seat with a torch. I don't know. Yeah, used to on the seats, seat numbers and things like that. I don't know. An usherette. Oh, I like that. That's somebody has just come up and said it's an usherette. I think we need some of these on poolside, or in the spectators gallery. Usherettes that come down and serve us ice cream. And one by one, we can all queue up and get a little tub of ice cream and things like that. With a wooden, you remember them wooden sticks that you used to get?
I'm feeling Mr. Astles has been announcing for too long.
No, you used to get a wooden stick. Plastic spoons are just so in the future, you know what I mean? It's a wooden stick. It's like a spatula. Am I that old? Anyway, I think we're just waiting for the confirmation of that result. I digress. I apologise for digressing. And, Stadler and Wald, there we are. Yeah, that's a real quick view of the balcony there in the Stadler and Waldorf. I'm not too sure who's Stadler and who's Waldorf. You have the beard, don't you, Phil? Yeah, so not too sure. I think I'm the one on the right. Thank you very, very much, gents. I apologise for not commentating on your race. It was very good. What I saw of it. We're now going to have a swim-off. Some ladies are going to do... there we have confirmation of the result. Thomas Payne, City of Manchester, 2:03.22. Sam Horrocks, 2:05.42. Matthew George has had a great county championships, 2:06.74. And that brings us to the end of our events for this morning. And like we say, we're going to have this swim-off. Two ladies. There we go. Ashley Jolly and Tahira Collins. Now, I'm not too sure as to... They're in the 15 years age group. So this is a swim-off. And so off we go. And first to surface is Tahira Collins. And she's first into a stroke. As we go through this first 25, it's looking very, very even as Ashley has started to come back at it. As we get into the last 15, it's very, very even. As we enter the last 5, it's going to be all on the touch. Half a second. Goes to Tahira. Round of applause for our girls. Yay. And there we have the confirmation of the results. Timekeepers and judges, we have a 15-minute intermission before we start on our finals. So if you wish to go and powder your nose or go for a walk, by all means do. And in the meantime, up here on the balcony, I think what we'll do is we'll try and find ourselves enough charrette with a nice tray of ice cream that will come down. You need one for every aisle, don't you? So we need at least 4. And maybe we can serve some nice little ice creams, tubs of ice cream. Remember them? You used to get raspberry ripple.
Ices. They're lovely.
Very, very much so. Would be very much. If anybody fancies giving us a tub of ice cream.
I'm fading you out.
As we get this 14 years age group backstroke final underway, we have Holly Maxwell from Blackpool Aquatics in lane 1, Olivia Heron from Worsley in lane number 2, Lauren Bradley Holt, City of Salford in 3, Cara Tomasello, City of Manchester in 4, Georgia Ashton from Bolton Metro in 5, Jessica Smith, City of Manchester in 6, Bethany Hughes from Southport in 7, and Victoria Wadds from City of Salford in lane number 8. It was Chiara Tomasello. She turning 33.20 from Georgia Ashton. And it's Chiara that's just got a slight lead, but it's very, very close. Olivia Heron, Lauren Bradley Holt, Georgia Ashton, Jessica Smith, Bethany Hughes. They're the fight for second place, but it's going to be Chiara Tomasello from Georgia Ashton. And then third place is Jessica Smith, City of Manchester. Very, very close. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our next event. Event 909, which is the women's 15 years 100 metres backstroke final.
And in the 15-year-old final, lane 1 is Harriet Finn from the City of Salford. And then we have 3 Southport swimmers, Jess Law, Kate Forster and Abby Wyatt in lanes 2, 3 and 4. Lucy Ahern from Worsley is in lane 5. Beth McDonald from Salford is in 6. Imogen Moss from Blackpool Aquatics in lane 7. And Olivia McGinty from Burnley Bobcats is in lane number 8. And it's the 3 girls from Salford over together almost in 1, 2 and 3. Taking it out at the moment is Abby Wyatt, closely followed by Kate, and Jessica is pushing them both hard. Trying to squeeze in on that party in lane 5 is Lucy Ahern from Worsley. But it is still Abby Wyatt from Southport in lane number 4 at the moment, who just increases her turnover as we come into the last 10 metres. But Lucy trying very hard. It's going to be a very close finish, this one. Oh, it's just Amy. Lane 2, second was Lucy Ahern, and third, Kate Forster. Just wait for that result to be confirmed. And there we have the confirmation of event 909. Our next is 910, the 16-year-old 100 metres backstroke final.
And in this final, we've got Josie Carroll from Southport, Emily Peters, City of Manchester, Holly White from Everton, and then 2 Preston swimmers, 2 Elizabeths, Elizabeth Wafer and Elizabeth Woodcock, with they're in lanes 4 and 5. Emma Hodgson from the Isle of Man in 6. Alexander Carr from Blackpool Aquatics in 7, and Emily Conway from the City of Manchester down here in lane number 8. But it was Lizzie Wafer from Lizzie Woodcock who had the better of the turn, 31.97. Best first 50, 32.94 for Lizzie Woodcock. And as we come down into the last 15 metres, it is going to be the two Preston swimmers. It's going to be Lizzie Wafer from Lizzie Woodcock. And then Emma Hodgson. And I'll wait for the confirmation of that result. As we have it looks as though we've got a slight correction, as it could be Holly White. But we're still waiting for confirmation of that result. And then we have the confirmation of that result. Elizabeth Wafer, Elizabeth Woodcock and Holly White. That's the 1, 2, 3. As we move on to our next event, which is event 911, the women's 17 years and over, a 100 metres backstroke final.
And in this 17 years and over final, in lane 1 is Matty J. Oliver from Bootle. 2 is Alexandra Livingstone from Carnforth. 3, Charlotte Nestor from Wigan Best. 4 is Chloe Golding from the City of Manchester. 5, Chantel Austin from Blackpool. 6 is Emma Jones from the City of Salford. 7, Hannah Kelsall from Wigan Best. And in lane 8, Anna Duncan from Liverpool Penguins. And it is Chloe Golding in lane 4, turning in 30.88, opening up a bit of a lead as they come into the last 25 metres. Went 63 in the heat. And she has a substantial lead over the other swimmers. She comes under the 5 metre flags now, and she's touching in 62, beating her heat time. And in lane 5, Chantel Austin is in second, and Emma Jones from the City of Salford takes 3rd place. And that result is confirmed. And that completes the 100 metre backstroke events. We now move on to event 912, which is the men's 10 and 11-year-old 50 metre freestyle final. Your race, Mr. Referee. So in this, our first final of the men's 50 freestyle, Eric Inman from Preston, Luke Kernan from Liverpool Penguins, Emil Dawkins from Preston, Swan Gao from Aquabears, Daniel Haynes from Wigan Best, Harvey Kinnear from Preston, Thomas Simon from Bridgefield, and Nikolai Patera from Southport. They're the finalists.
As we come into the finish, it looks as though it's Emil Dawkins. It is Emil Dawkins from Daniel Hayes from Zhangming Gao. 31.81, 31.99, and we have confirmation of that result. As we move on to our next final, which is event 913. The men's 12 years, 50 metres freestyle final.
Lane 1 is Eric Byrne from Garston. 2, Josh Walker from City of Manchester. 3, Jake Christon, City of Manchester. 4, Jake Heppelstone from Leyland Barracudas. 5, Johnny Gibbs from Preston. 6 is Callum Lowland from Southport. 7 is Owen Heathcote Jones from Carnforth. In lane 8 is Robbie Bishop from Southport. And as the boys come into the last 5 or 6 metres, it looks like lane 4, Jack Heppelstone, has taken it from Jake Christon. And Johnny Gibbs from Preston is third. 29.53 for Jack Heppelstone. That is your men's 12-year-old freestyle. Event 914 is the men's 13-year-old 50 metres freestyle.
Over in 1, we've got Ronnie Calvary-Sumner from Great Harwood, Nathan Arthur from the City of Salford in 2, Benjamin Horton from City of Manchester in 2, 3, Tom Arkwright from Leyland Barracudas in 4, Miles Paul, City of Salford in 5, Ruben Rowbotham Keating, City of Manchester in 6, Zach Walmsley from Blackburn in 7, Liam Carey from Wigan Best in 8, and at the finish, Miles Paul, Tom Arkwright, and Ruben Rowbotham Keating. And that's a confirmation of that result as we move on to our next event, event 915, the men's 14 years 50 metres freestyle final.
And in this 14-year-old final, as you've just seen, it's not Oliver Taylor in lane 1 anymore. It's Sam Ellis from Liverpool in 2, Finley Macon in 3, Nathan Holmes in 4, Tyrese Smith in 5, Ellis Clayworth in 6, Harry Rowland is in 7, and Oliver Zhang Warmington is in lane 8. And it looks like lane 4, it is Nathan Holmes from Tyrese Smith. And then we have a tie in third place for Finley Macon and Ellis Clayworth. That result is now confirmed. Our next final is the men's 15-year-old 50 metres freestyle, event 916. Your race, Mr. Referee.
And in this 15 years age group final, we have Finlay Jones-Wright from Fleetwood in 1, Thomas McCarthy from City of Salford in 2, Joseph Burns from Prescott in 3, Kieran Tattersall from Ramsbottom in 4, Harvey Lowe from the Isle of Man in 5, Gabriel Glynn, Bolton Metro in 6, Alfredo Lozano from Wigan Best in 7, Adam Jones from the City of Manchester in 8. It's Harvey Lowe from Gabriel Glynn, from Kieran Tattersall, and that's the confirmation of the results. As we move on to our next event, which is event 917, the men's 16 years 50 metres freestyle final.
Adam Akic is in lane 1, Matthew Crabtree in 2, Daniel Holmes in 3, Kian Margie is in lane 4, Luca Tomasello in lane 5, Jack Morris is in lane 6, Thomas Silk is in lane 7, and Thomas Dugdale is in lane number 8. And these races getting tighter and tighter, but it looks like lane 4, Kian Margie has taken it from Luca Tomasello from Manchester and Daniel Holmes third from Preston. That result is now confirmed, taking us to 918, the 17 years and open 50 metres freestyle final.
In lane 1 we've got Nathan Bennett from City of Manchester, Neil Wiley from Prescott in 2, Robert Cowley from City of Manchester in 3, Ben Martin from Pioneer in 4, Jacob Lee from Southport in 5, Joel Watterson from the Isle of Man in 6, Liam Carlin from Bootle in 7, and Jared Armstrong from City of Manchester in 8. And as we come down to the finish, it's going to be Robert Cowley from Ben Martin, from Jacob Lee, and that's a confirmation of the results. As we move on to our next finals, which is event 919, the women's 10 and 11 years 50 metres breaststroke final.
And in this first of the breaststroke finals, we have in lane 1 Chloe Ridge from Wigan Best, 2 is Evie Warnock from Ormskirk, 3 Caitlin Wilson from Clitheroe, 4 is Madison Wrens from Crosby, 5 Lauren Kusic from Aquabears, 6 Nicole Lomas from Bolton Metro, 7 is Abigail Turner from Flixton, and in lane 8 Ella Wadsworth from Wigan Best. And it looks like Madison in lane 4 is going to take this one out for the first final, and she touches now, taking it from Nicole from Bolton second, and Lauren Kusic from Aquabears third, and that result is now confirmed on the board. Our next final, 920, the 12-year-old women's 50 metres breaststroke final.
This 12-year-olds final, we have Freya Boardman from Everton in lane 1, Jessica Sunderland from Aquabears in 2, Emily Elliott from Leyland Barracudas in 3, Ashlyn Warnock from Ormskirk in 4, Hannah Canty from Southport in lane number 5, Ella Bloxage from City of Salford in 6, Adia Tiernan from Wigan Best in 7, and Mia Mason from Flixton in lane number 8. But it looks as though it's our golden lanes. It's Ashley Warner, maybe from Amelie Elliott. It is Amelie Elliott from Hannah Canty. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our next event, which is 9-2-1, the women's 13 years 50 metres breaststroke final.
In lane 1, Alana Carruthers from Bolton Metro. Lane 2 is Madeline Bailey from Wigan Best. Amy Grovestock from the City of Salford is in lane 3. Jessica Murray also from Salford in lane 4. Lane 5, Amari Hope from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 6 is Tanisha Benet Smith from the City of Liverpool. Lane 7, Katie Rawnsley from Prescott. And lane 8 is Ella Prescott from Ormskirk. And at the moment, it does look like lane 4, Jessica Murray from Salford is taking this one out. It's going to be very close for second and third. And it's Amy Grovestock from Salford, just from Amari Hoke from Oldham Aquatics. 0.2 of a second splitting those two girls. That is confirmed. Our next event is event 922, the women's 14-year-old 50 metres breaststroke final.
Over in lane number 1, we've got Chrissy Spinks from Southport, Hannah Wang from Stretford in lane 2, Lucy Canavan from Aquawares in 3, Olivia Heron from Worsley in 4, Faye Bayman from Wigan Best in 5, Alyssa McElroy from Southport in 6, Lois Keys, City of Liverpool in 7, and Elizabeth Braley from Blackpool Aquatics in lane number 8. We've got that arrowhead that comes into the finish, and it's Olivia Heron from Faye Bayman from Lucy Canavan. That is your 1, 2, 3, and that is confirmed as a result. As we move on to our next final, which is event 2-9-2-3, the women's 15 years 50 metres breaststroke final.
In lane 1, Amy Harrison from Oldham Aquatics. 2 is Anna Ashworth from Barnley Bobcats. 3, Olivia Clare from the City of Manchester. 4 is Jessica Morgan from Southport. 5, Jennifer Green from Wigan Best. 6 is Ellie Fraser from City of Salford. 7, Liliana Ireland from Garston. And in lane 8, Faith Bryant from Everton. And it's Jessica Morgan taking that from Olivia Clare, and third Jennifer Green. The result confirmed now on the board. Our next event is event 924, the 16-year-old women's 50 metres breaststroke final.
In this 16 years age group final, we've got Bethany McTaggart from Everton in 1, Jessica Critchley from Garstang in 2, Senja Trassic Wood from City of Salford, Victoria Dawson from Southport in 4, Emma Blair, Aqua Bears in 5, Olivia Dykes, City of Manchester in 6, Daisy Cornell from Everton in 7, and Charlotte Hayes from Ramsbottom in lane number 8. And as we come into the last 5, it looks like Victoria Dawson from Emma Blair, from Senja Trassic Wood, Senja Drazic. And there we have the confirmation of the result as we move on to our final event, 925 of the women's 17 years and over 50 metres breaststroke final.
And in this final, lane 1, Ellie Ward from Pioneer 79. Lane 2, Hannah Sheehan from Wigan Best. 3 is Anna Doherty from Bolton Metro. 4, Stephanie Brew from the Isle of Man. 5 is Emily Lawrence from Preston. 6, Charlotte Nesta from Wigan Best. 7 is Denisa Alina Gogu from City of Manchester. And lane 8 is Hannah Edwards from Carnforth. Does look like in lane 4, Stephanie Brew is going to take this one. It will be on the touch, it is. And she takes that just from Emily Lawrence from Preston, 2nd, and Anna Doherty from Bolton Metro, 3rd. And we just wait for the confirmation of that result, which is on the board for you now. And that completes this morning's events. Thank you all very much for your participation and applause. This afternoon we will start events for the final session of the Lancashire County Championships 2018 with event 101. The warm-ups for this afternoon, stalling in that file. So the first warm-up in the session 10 will be 1:15, the girls 14 years and under for 15 minutes, followed by obviously the girls 15 years and over at 1:30.